Hello, and welcome to the LRA's Capitol Connections Update. I'm your host, Will Dubose. We are now in week 6 of the legislative session, but first I'd like to recap week 5, which we skipped due to our annual LRA Day at the Capitol. First and foremost, thank you to each of you who attended. By all accounts, the event this year was another great success. Thank you also to all my LRA team members for helping plan, coordinate, and execute the full day of activities. For those of you who missed it, LRA members had a delicious lunch at the City Club of Baton Rouge, where we heard from LRA President and CEO Stan Harris, Commissioner of Insurance Tim Temple, and from Senate President Cameron Henry. The group then took to the Capitol, where we met with legislators from around Louisiana and shared our industry's tremendous impact on the whole state. Our 2024 LRA officers were also recognized in the House and Senate and received standing ovations from both chambers. I cannot emphasize enough how important these days are for our advocacy team. It really allows us to put real faces behind the positions that we lobby and brings the issues closer to home for the legislators. While my relationships with them are really important, they would much rather hear directly from you guys. Moving on to this week. I know many of you are in DC for our annual NRA Public Affairs Conference, but don't fear, I'm still in Baton Rouge holding down the fort until you all return. One of the main issues this session has continued to be seafood, particularly efforts to ban or severely impede access to imported shrimp. I'm hoping to have legislators coalesce behind 2 bills, one from the House and one from the Senate, that we have worked on with the authors to minimize the impact on restaurants while still allowing them to accomplish some of what they sought to change. Senate Bill 166 by Senator Pat Connick mainly aims to address foreign imports that are packaged with misleading labels, giving the impression that the seafood is local. For example, you may go to the store and find Boudreaux's crawfish tails or Boudreaux's shrimp. However, if you read the fine print, that product may actually be from China or Vietnam or wherever. Senate Bill 166 also deals with menu labeling at restaurants. Currently, restaurants that serve imported shrimp or crawfish are required to denote the imported status or specify the country of origin next to each menu item for which it applies. Under the new legislation, all that would be required is a single disclaimer on the menu that reads, "Some items at this establishment may contain imported shrimp or crawfish. Ask for more information." Failure to include the disclaimer will come with a first offense warning and subsequent fines if you do not remedy the issue afterwards. This bill has made its way out of the Senate and is now awaiting its first committee hearing in the House. House Bill 748 by Rep. Jessica Domingue seeks to increase the license fee for distributors and processors of imported crawfish and shrimp. Currently, the cost of that license is $100. Originally, Rep. Domingue had the increase set as 0.1% of a company's gross revenue. After several discussions with her and from hearing from processors and distributors in Louisiana, she's agreed to remove that percent language and merely raise the fee from $100 to $200. That bill has passed out of the House and is awaiting a Senate committee hearing, but I expect there will be some more negotiations focused on that license fee and what that cost will be. Her goal in raising the cost of the license is to provide more money for the testing of imported seafood. And our position with her has always been that we want a safe product to sell, but we also need that product to be readily available to serve our customers. Several other bills moving through the process target the same issue of raising money for testing imports. However, as I mentioned before, I'd like to have the legislators coalesce around a single bill so that everyone can come to the table and work out the differences. If you have any questions or would like to know more about the LRA's advocacy work, please contact me at will@lra.org, and I'd be happy to dive in further with you. This has been the LRA's Capitol Connections Update. From the LRA House in Baton Rouge, I'm Will Dubose. Please tune in next time to hear the latest on how the LRA is fighting for you.